Hey folks, Ezedine here, and this is part two of a two-part series on working on your foundation. And in this video, I will specifically talk about the fundamental movement patterns and why it is important to ensure proper movement in these patterns while performing them, and why they should be in every program. So, what are the fundamental movement patterns? There are 6 different movements that your body has evolved to perform. So it includes the squat, for example, a goblet squat, the hinge, for example, a kettlebell swing or a barbell deadlift, a lunge, like a forward lunge, the hinge. Sorry, I already said hinge. Push, the push up, for example, a pull, a lat pull down, for example, or a pull up, and gait. So anything that involves running or walking would fall under that category as well. So, why are these movements so important? From birth, we learn each of these movements innately, right? Nobody had to teach you how to climb on the furniture, or walk, or hinge down to pick up a ball. That's just something that came to you innately and naturally as a child. So what happens is eventually you go to school by the age of 5 in most places, and you're just told to sit down in a chair for extended period of time. And what you really want to do is just go out in the world and wreak havoc. That's what we've been designed to do as children. But school has sort of pushed us away from that and told us to sit down and sit down for extended periods of time, learn reading, writing, arithmetic, and all that good stuff, which is useful. But the downside of that is your hips get bound and they get tight, and you grow into this bad position, right? Your body gets larger and develops more, and it sort of it has a negative impact on your movement. So another thing that happens is we're wearing improper footwear a lot of times from the time we are children. And if you have improper footwear, this causes a bad response, a bad connection with the floor, which will lead to bad movement patterns. So these two things alone can cause dysfunctional movement. That plus any sort of injury you had to deal with along the way will have a negative influence in your ability to perform fundamental movements. If we continue to move in dysfunctional ways, this can lead to more injuries down the road, just simply by having these dysfunctional patterns, not from any sort of impact or a fall or anything, but moving dysfunctionally. Inversely, if we learn to move correctly and develop safer, more effective techniques, it will translate to improved performance. For this reason, it is essential for the bulk of your training to consist of these movements in order to improve and maintain the patterns that your body was designed to follow. So that's all I want to say for now. I'm intending to do more videos that break down the fundamental movements a little more detail. I'm just making this video to feed your curiosity, and hopefully you do some research on this. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment and I'll be happy to respond.